What's up guys, it's Lee here from Bleed Up Productions, and today I'm bringing you another FIFA 14 career mode, episode 22, Cups Galore. And this is the first time you've ever seen any of my FIFA 14 content. Why don't you click the thumbnail on the screen right now to go from episode 1. And boy, we have come such a long way in such a short amount of time. If you've just found this out, why don't you hit the like button if you've enjoyed watching the series. If you've come back and you keep watching this series, leave a like below guys. A like is much appreciated, and I always am grateful for your support in this series because it's coming to an end, guys. We've pretty much got 5 to 6 episodes remaining, and then we're going to be done, and it's going to be, well, let's say we've got a long road ahead of us, but I think it's going to be pretty special. But anyway, we're going to get straight into our first highlight, and we are against Everton of all teams in the Barclays Premier League. And we're in the press conference, and you know what? I decide to motivate our boys because we need to keep this high spirits up. Coventry, we've been playing phenomenal in the Barclays Premier League. So this is game 21 of the Barclays Premier League.
Welcome to EA Sports live coverage of the Premier League. It's Coventry City against Everton. The floodlights beaming down from the night sky. Let's head straight off to Coventry. Here's your commentary team, Martin Tyler and Alan Smith.
Well, we've got Barclays Premier League action for you. I'm Martin Tyler, and with me is Alan Smith.
Yeah, hi Martin, great to be here.
And as you can see, guys, we are 51 points ahead in the Barclays Premier League, which is pretty darn impressive. But anyway, we'll pick up the highlight here, and Antonio does a delightful through ball to Frank Musa, and that is a great save by the Evertonian goalkeeper. But we'll pick up the highlights again, and here Marcos Lopez does a delightful over-the-top ball to Negredo, and Negredo finds the bottom corner on the 7th minute. He just cannot stop scoring for us, guys. Negredo is becoming quite a player and quite a beast for us here in this Coventry career mode. But we'll pick up the action here with Antonio having a free kick, but unfortunately it goes wide and nothing special happens. But we'll pick up the highlights again, and as you can see, Everton are actually on the attack here, and Jelvanic, or however you pronounce his name, he puts it wide by a country mile. As you can see, look at this, just, yeah, that's nowhere near the goal. And we'll pick it up here on the 45th minute. Though this game was filled with not that many highlights, but John Fleck here picks it up, and he does a delightful through ball to Negredo, and Negredo puts it in the bottom corner again on the 45th minute. And yeah, this guy cannot stop scoring for us right now. He is playing like an absolute beast. What a great through ball by John Fleck, and a delightful finish by the beast himself, Negredo. And we go in half-time with a 2-0 lead, which I'm really excited about because, you know, Everton are a decent squad, and the highlights in this game were pretty poor because there was not a lot happening. But we'll pick it up here on the 57th minute, and as you can see, we can't seem to get it, the ball clear, and John Fleck actually passes it to the Evertonian player. I'm not even going to try and attempt to pronounce his name. And as you can see on the highlight here, he has a shot, but John Fleck gets up and passes it straight to him, and he's not going to miss an open goal because he missed a sitter earlier in the game. But we'll pick up the highlights here on the 62nd minute, and EB is through on goal, and he's just going to keep going, and he takes it a bit too far, but it goes out off EB, and it goes for a goal kick. So as you can see, Everton were putting on a bit of pressure, but we had that bit more clinical finishing. And Negredo does a great over-the-ball top here to Antonio. He has a shot, the keeper parries it, but he parries it straight into the path of our captain, John Fleck, who has had last couple of games been playing absolutely phenomenal, and he's not going to miss from there, from the penalty spot pretty much, with an open net. And here we go, Negredo pretty much minutes after is through on goal, has a shot, but the keeper this time actually pulls off a save, and Everton eventually clear. And that is how the game finishes, guys. It was 3-1 to us, so another, shall we say, valued 3 points in this game, which I am definitely going to take. But we'll pick up the action here. As you can see, it's the January transfer window, and Kedar was actually, you know, he wasn't making our team, which is kind of sad because he's actually a pretty decent player. But West Brom come in with a decent-ish bid, and I decided to accept the offer because he's actually not going to make our squad, which is quite unfortunate. But our next game is in the FA Cup, guys, against QPR. Now, I decided to motivate the boys again because we actually need to win this game because, as you guys know, I want to win the FA Cup. So, here we go. This is an FA Cup clash with QPR.
Welcome to EA Sports live coverage of the FA Cup. It's Coventry City against Queen's Park Rangers. Let's head straight off to Coventry. Here's your commentary team, Martin Tyler and Alan Smith.
The FA Cup. Don't really need to say much more than that, Alan.
No, you don't. The papers have been full of it. The town has been buzzing here this week, so I'm expecting a really good game.
So what do you make of today's match-up, Alan?
Well, they are two evenly matched teams, no doubt about it. And so often in these circumstances, it's which player and which side can produce a little bit of magic, create that chance.
And we'll pick up the highlights right away, guys. And in the 3rd minute, what a through ball that is. And Negredo's through on goal. And what a save that is by the keeper to deny us on the 3rd minute. And QPR actually had a free kick here, which was taken by Tarat, but our keeper caught that very easily. And to save a lot of time, the game finished 0-0 due to the fact it was so boring. It was basically a midfield battle, and we didn't turn up to play in that game, unfortunately. But moving on, we are against Manchester City in the Capital One Cup this time. And you know what? I decided to motivate the boys because we had a pretty poor performance against QPR in the last game. So I decided to motivate them, and this is going to be the semi-final playoff spot for the Capital One Cup.
Welcome to EA Sports live coverage of the Capital One Cup semi-final. Today it's Manchester City against Coventry City. The floodlights beaming down from the night sky. So without further ado, let's cross to the Etihad and your commentary team of Martin Tyler and Alan Smith.
It's been a classic competition this year. The English League Cup doesn't always get the plaudits I think it deserves. And here we are, excitingly, at the semi-final stage.
And here we go. We'll pick up the action here. And as you can see, Man City are struggling to clear the ball out, and Negredo pinches it on the 39th minute, and Hart does a phenomenal save. He should have put it in the back corner. As you can see from this replay, he decides to go on the inner post right there, but if he put it in the far post, he could have possibly scored. But that was the only highlight of the first half, guys, because we basically, again, was a midfield battle and no amazing highlights. So I decided to change it up. So I bring on Barton and Nimley for Lopez and Musa, who were getting tired. And, you know, we needed to change it up due to the fact that our players are getting a bit tired. So we'll pick up the action here, and Negredo here finds Eby, and Eby is just going to keep hold of the ball and does a fantastic ball to Nimley. And Nimley has an effort, and, you know, I honestly thought Joe Hart got a hand to it, but he didn't. That was just a really poor shot by Alex Nimley. But we'll pick up the action here again, and John Fleck actually dispossesses the defender here and keeps going. He passes it to Negredo, and Negredo is definitely not going to finish. He's definitely not going to miss from there, and that is his 16th goal in all competitions, guys. And John Fleck being unselfish here, and yeah, he's not going to miss from there, Negredo, to give us a 1-0 lead. But we'll pick up the action here again, and Alex Nimley here doing some fantastic dribbling, passes it to Negredo, and Negredo does a great cross. But unfortunately, Man City can't clear, and Antonio finds Barton, and Barton puts it in the far corner on the 76th minute. Our impact sub puts us 2-0 up and is playing the fiddle because he knows it's all over for Man City. But what a delightful finish this is. One touch, sets himself and puts it in the opposite corner. And we actually win this game 2-0, guys, which is fantastic due to the fact that we are in the final of the FA Cup. I am so happy right now. Man City can't believe it, but we are in the final of the FA Cup. But moving into our final game of this week, guys, we are against Leicester City in the Barclays Premier League, and I decided to motivate them because, boy, we need to keep our focus after that amazing win against Man City. And this is game 22 of the Barclays Premier League.
Welcome to EA Sports live coverage of the Premier League. It's the M69 derby. Coventry City take on Leicester City. Midway through the season, and what contrasting fortunes these two have had. It's the leaders against the side who currently prop up the table. Let's head straight off to Coventry. Your commentary team is Martin Tyler and Alan Smith.
Hi there again, Martin Tyler here. Alan Smith's alongside me, and it's Barclays Premier League action for you.
And as you can see, guys, we are 54 points ahead of the Barclays Premier League, and it's going to take some beating to knock us off now. And as you can see, I've played a lot of our subs due to the fact that we need to rest them. And as you can see, Alex Nimley picks up the ball here, and Nimley absolutely rockets it into the bottom corner there on the 12th minute, and what a finish that is. So guys, in this game you'll see a lot of our non-starters actually playing, because most of our team needed to be rested because every cup game is clashing with our actual Premier League fixtures, and what a strike that is by Alex Nimley. But again, we'll pick up a highlight here on the 16th minute. Look who rises like a salmon. It is Connor Thomas. Yes, Thomas, one of our midfielders who is replacing John Fleck for this game because John Fleck was tired, rises like a gazelle, as you can see from this replay, and he finds it and he puts it in the back of the net. What a header it is, and the keeper was rooted to the spot. But we'll pick up the action again, and Adams here is a little bit fortunate. He gets dispossessed, but then he does this. Adams beats one defender, makes him fall over, and he keeps going, and he keeps going. He cuts inside on another defender and another one, and then he shoots, and unfortunately that shot is, well, let's just say it didn't add up to how he was dribbling the ball past all those players. It was pretty unfortunate. But we'll pick up the highlight here, and as you can see, Leicester City are actually on the attack, but we get the ball back, and Thomas here does a delightful through ball to Nimley, and Nimley releases Gold, and Gold's going to keep going. He keeps going. He keeps going. He has a shot, and the keeper does a phenomenal save to keep Ryan out of the net. But from the following corner, he rises like a gazelle. That is Traore, and this, oh man, Traore has been such a boss for us in the defense for us this season, and he just rises pretty much unchallenged there in the air to give us a 3-0 lead. And look at this highlight again by Alex Nimley. What a strike that is, and that is just, no keeper's going to stop that in the Barclays Premier League. But we'll pick up the action here again, and Ryan Gould actually gets the better of the defender here, and he gets the better of the keeper, but the defender covers back quite well, and actually he gets the ball clear. And Leicester actually have a golden opportunity here with Elton, but he blazes it over the bar, luckily for us. And we'll pick up the highlights again, and Jordan Eby here is just going to do some magic, and he does it to Ryan Gould. Yeah, what a finish. I can't look at this. One touch and then bang. What a strike that is. It just gets better and better. That is goal of the season for me at the moment. That is goal of the season for me by Ryan Gould. What a strike that is. But we'll pick up the action here on the 84th minute, and Drinkwater is actually through on goal here, and he actually gets dispossessed here by Adams, and the referee calls a penalty. I'm not 100% sold that it should be a penalty, but we'll take a look at the highlights. And as you can see, Adams does, he does bang into him, but we can see the penalty. So can we save it? We can't, but the post saves us, and we eventually get the ball clear, luckily for us, and we win the game 4-0 with an absolute superb effort by our subs bench, by Thomas, by Gold, by Nimley, by everyone actually. Everyone played amazing, and Ryan Gold's goal, oh my gosh, possible goal of the season, I have to say. But anyway, guys, that is the end of the episode. If you've enjoyed it, please leave a like. A like is much appreciated. It shows me that you support this series and that you're enjoying it. Hey, if you've enjoyed it that much, why don't you hit that subscribe button on the side right there. And hey, if you want to check out any more of my content on my channel, click the view channel here thumbnail on there as well. You can hit us up on Facebook and Twitter at the links in the description and on the screen right now. If you have just stumbled onto this episode, why don't you watch last week's episode, which is in the thumbnail right there. And if the next episode is already up, why don't you click that thumbnail right there to go to the next episode. And until next week, guys, take care and have a good one, because, man, this series is flying, and what can I say? We are almost to an end of our Coventry career mode. So take care, have a good one.